Hello, friends, and welcome back. On August 9th, I left a rainy, fall-feeling Dawson City, Yukon, and flew clear across the country to Halifax, Nova Scotia. This was a very last-minute trip, and for good reason. I was flying east to surprise my mom, who had no idea I was coming. While there, I managed to squeeze in some great new experiences and then had a little surprise of my own when I unexpectedly got stuck in Nova Scotia thanks to the Air Canada strike. All that and more coming up. Let's go. After a brutal red-eye flight, my friend Trish picked me up from the airport. I had a day of recovery, and then the following day we headed southwest towards Briar Island, a small rugged island at the very end of an archipelago in the far southwestern corner of Nova Scotia. On the way, we stopped in Annapolis Royal to check out Fort Anne National Historic Site. Fort Anne is one of the oldest European settlements in North America and played a major role in the early struggles between the French and British for control of Acadia. You can see original earthworks, cannons, and historic buildings that date back hundreds of years. Annapolis Royal itself is a charming little town with beautiful historic homes, colorful gardens, and classic maritime architecture. There's also a fantastic farmers market, which we sadly just missed, but honestly, that just gives me an excuse to come back. From there, we continued on to Digby, which is famous for its scallops. We stopped for lunch at the Wheelhouse, where we had an excellent scallop meal on the deck overlooking the water. You truly don't get fresher than that. After lunch, we made a stop at Guy's Frenchies, a legendary Nova Scotian chain of secondhand stores. If you know, you know, and if you don't, now you do. While we were in the Digby area, it suddenly hit us that we were in Maud Lewis territory. Maud Lewis was a beloved Canadian folk artist known for her bright, joyful paintings of everyday life, including cats, oxen, flowers, birds, and simple rural scenes, all painted in a very distinctive and whimsical style. Despite living with severe arthritis and facing significant hardship, she created incredibly uplifting art that has become iconic across Canada. We had to stop at the Maud Lewis Memorial Site, which is located on the exact spot where her tiny home once stood. Today, there's a steel monument that outlines the footprint of her original house, giving you a real sense of just how small and humble it was. We then realized that her grave was nearby, so we went to pay our respects, a quiet, meaningful moment that felt really special. From there, we continued down the Digby Neck, beginning the journey out to Briar Island. First, we took a ferry to Tiverton on Long Island, drove the length of the island, and then boarded a second ferry from Freeport to Westport, landing on Briar Island itself. We checked into the Briar Island Lodge and then headed to dinner at the Grand View restaurant, where I had pan-fried haddock, a perfect maritime meal. After dinner, we drove to the Briar Island Lighthouse, hoping to catch the sunset. We were a bit late, but still arrived in time for some absolutely gorgeous skies. Now, why did we come all the way out to Briar Island? Whales. Briar Island is one of the best whale watching locations in Canada, thanks to the incredibly rich, nutrient-filled waters of the Bay of Fundy. The bay has some of the highest tides in the world, which churn up plankton and attract massive amounts of marine life. We were hoping to see humpback whales, which migrate to the Bay of Fundy in the summer to feed. Humpbacks can grow up to 50 feet long, are known for their long pectoral fins, dramatic breaches, and tail slaps. And each whale has a unique tail pattern, almost like a fingerprint. We went out with the Briar Island Whale and Seabird Cruises on their larger vessel, the Mega Nova. Their mission is rooted in conservation, education, and respectful wildlife viewing, and they're known for working closely with researchers to protect endangered species like the North Atlantic right whale. We chose the Mag and Nova, hoping that a larger boat might mean less motion sickness, and we also took some gravel as a preventative measure, just in case. It was absolutely magical. We met a woman from New Jersey who comes here every single year for 10 days at a time and goes out on the boat 2 to 3 times a day. That's dedication. But honestly, I can see why. You're never guaranteed epic sightings, and while our sightings were quite good, rather than jaw-dropping, the experience itself was incredible. I would 100% do it again, and next time I'd book maybe even a second excursion. It does take some effort to get to Briar Island, but the whale watching tours are shockingly affordable, around $60 a person. It really felt like a steal. I am definitely going back.
What is that? It's a picture.
After the tour, we explored a few spots around Westport before making our way back to Trish's. The following day, we made our way to Halifax, where the big surprise was about to happen. Now, I had told my mom that I was road tripping the Dempster Highway back in the Yukon and would be in and out of cell service. A friend had done the trip a couple weeks earlier, and I even sent my mom my friend's photos, pretending they were mine. Talk about commitment. I hadn't told anyone I was coming except my uncle, who was quietly keeping me in the loop on family plans. To make the surprise happen, I told my mom I had sent her a package and that it should be arriving on Tuesday. When my friend and I arrived at her building, my friend buzzed and said, "Oh, I have a delivery for you." My mom let her in. We took the elevator up. Honestly, I'll just let you see how it went down.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! My goodness! My goodness! Oh, this is too much! Oh my goodness!
Oh look, you're both wearing nail polish. Oh look, you're both wearing nail polish. That's the same
Oh,
dolls.
Kara, beautiful.
Were you surprised?
Yes, yes, yes. Oh my goodness! Hi.
Yes. Hi. You want a hug?
nail polish, yeah.
We thought it was going to be a delivery.
I know, that was the trick. Hi, David.
She had no clue. It couldn't have gone better. She was so surprised, and as you can see, we were both very emotional. After a short but wonderful visit, Trish and I went for dinner and spent a lovely evening on the Halifax waterfront. The next day, we decided we needed to close the Maud Lewis loop by visiting the Art Gallery of Nova Scotia, where her original painted house has been carefully preserved indoors. Seeing it in person was incredibly moving, every surface covered in her artwork just bursting with color and life. After that, Trish went home and I spent a few really lovely days in Halifax, visiting my family, eating amazing food, wandering the farmers markets, and walking the waterfront. But there was a bit of stress hanging over everything. You see, I had booked my return flight for the day before I was supposed to start work, and then Air Canada's flight attendants announced that they were going on strike. 3 days before my flight home, the strike officially began, effectively leaving me stuck on the opposite side of the country. As soon as it was announced, I booked the earliest flight I could find. Last-minute flights are not cheap. My family had already planned a trip to Prince Edward Island at this time, and I was also heading to the Annapolis Valley to visit another friend. That still left me with 4 days where I was kind of on my own. Car rentals were completely unavailable because of the strike, but I managed to take the bus to PEI and join my family there. They hadn't planned on me being there, so I slept on the couch. But honestly, it was a lovely, unexpected extension of my trip. When life throws you a curveball, you might as well make the best of it. In the end, I missed some professional development, but I didn't miss any school with the kids. And Air Canada, as a goodwill gesture, fully refunded my points and covered all my additional expenses, including my return flight, meals, bus tickets, and hotel on the way home. All's well that ends well. That extra unexpected time with family and friends, absolutely priceless. Thank you so much for watching and coming on this little East Coast adventure with me, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.
One take Tara.